This conference will now be recorded.
So in this session, we'll try to work on the Terraform with AWS, where we are going to work with the inputs, outputs, modules. So that is the overall agenda. And we try to explore what is a local repository and how we can have the public repository which is available on the Terraform. Yeah, so Vishwasri is logging into the AWS console, and I have shared one example page also. So yeah, here we have the deployment of web server. So we last session we have executed the deployment of web server. Now this time we are going to deploy the configuration of the web server. Yeah. So step by step we'll start working with the single web server example. So first thing is, this is a 3 lines code which is going to execute, and it is going to run the web server. So web server will be running in background, busybox, and HTTPD is a web server, and port 8080 is it is going to use. In that one, what is the message you are going to give? That is the index.html file that will be displayed. All right. Okay. So can go to the git bash. All right. In the git bash, can you make one folder for Terraform lab, mkdir Terraform lab, Terraform lab. Good. Enter into the directory, cd. Great. Now we'll take the example. So you have the Visual Studio Code. So I hope you just type code, then followed by web server. No, just type in the git bash. Code space web server tf. tf means Terraform. Give the dot extension, web server dot tf. Excellent. Hit enter. All right. So then we are going to have this open in the Visual Studio Code. Yeah. So go to the Visual Studio Code, which is open there. Okay. It is still loading. So in this one, we are going to write the Terraform code. So you can see that automatically it is showing the T symbol, and you are ready to write the code. So we have the code where AWS is a provider. So how to use the provider? You have the example in the page. So go to the browser and search for the provider. Control F and type the provider. Okay, and try to search for the where it is defined in the code. It is just like these blocks. Okay, so search again. Next. Next. Okay, so copy that and try to modify according to our region. You got it there, right? Yeah, copy that 3 lines. Otherwise, you type. By seeing that you type, you will get there. So just type provider. So change that region. We are going to have the AP dash. Yeah, you can see there. Mumbai region. AP dash South dash 1. So we got it from the AWS console. So AP dash not US, Asia Pacific, South first region. So that is a Mumbai region. Okay. So the next one after this one, after the flower bracket. Yeah. So what it is saying, switch. Right. So come back to your browser and go back to the same page. Okay. So now we are looking for the web server now. Okay. So provider definition is over. After that, you can check that definition is correct or not. So you can just run the command Terraform plan. So next region or what we have, web server. Right, search. Okay, so the deployment of the web server. So this one is having the code. So just scroll down, go down and try to get the code for that. Just scroll down again. Yeah, here is a resource. So what it is going to do, it is going to do the security group creation. So it is just like what we want to give the access, who is going to inbound, who is going to what we are going to have the ingress and egress. So that definitions are given there, right? So just go to that part and try to copy that area. So region, whatever you have here, let us take the content before this hello world output.
I have to take this course now. Hello,
Hello,
I have to take this course.
you have to take just to give me 1 second. I am getting the code for you. Okay, where is the code? Yeah. So in this one, no, it is not copying it. So what you can do, you can copy this content. Yeah. So I just copy pasted the same example. Just copy from the GoToMeeting chat and paste it in your code. Hello, Vishwas, you're able to copy?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
You're doing? Okay, good. Okay, save that and yeah. So it is having all the parts. So two resources, right? So one resource is about the security group, another one is for the instance definition. Okay. So what is the tag we are giving? Terraform Web EC2 is the name of the instance which you are going to get in the AWS console. After running this one, you are going to get that one. Okay. Yeah, save this one and go to your Git bash. So on the other day, we have created the two environment variables, right? So you need to create just one moment. So in the chat window, I am pasting the AWS credentials. Let me, where is that? So hope you got chat window. Copy that chat content and in the git bash, run that two export lines. Keep in a separate file, save that one so that next time also you can run that whenever you open the git bash. Okay. So secret key and access key, which are the two environment variables. So that will be automatically Terraform will read it. Okay. So now we are ready to run this experiment, web server experiment. Okay. So Terraform plan. Terraform plan. So this is going to check the syntax. Hit enter. So it is saying this Terraform is not known. Then did you download Terraform or not? If not, please download now. Go to the browser and download the Terraform for Windows 64. Open a tab, download Terraform. Click the first link, and there you can find the Windows icon on the page. And you need to click on that 64-bit option. So Windows 64. Click that. And in your git bash, you just echo $path in git bash, just like get. Yeah, in git bash, just type echo capital letters path. It's downloaded. Okay, fine. PATH path.
$.
Path. PATH path. Capital letters path.
Yes. It's typed it. Hmm. Enter.
Enter. So there is a Vishwasri/bin directory. Okay. So go to that directory. If it is not there, create the directory and keep the Terraform inside that bin directory. Okay. C:users Vishwasri bin. That is a directory path. Just now you got the Terraform download zip file. Extract that one into this path. Just remember the path and try to browse there when you are extracting that. C:\users Vishwasri. Browse it, it will be easy. In the Vishwasri directory, there should be a bin directory. Then a slash. Okay. Click OK. Go to that path and check. C:\users Vishwasri. One directory back, right? Bin. There is a Terraform. Okay, good. Now go back to git bash again. Okay. So now it is already in path. So now try Terraform plan. Protected your PC. Yeah. So it is in the path. That's why it is showing that. So what is now it is saying you want to run with the provider. So the provider information is not there. So what you need to do? You need to create the project, initialize the project. Terraform init. So it is already suggesting in this one. So plugin is not there. So you please run Terraform init. So once you run that init, it is going to download this Terraform AWS specific thing. Okay. Okay. So now it's a difficult thing. Better to have half screen on it. Okay. So what is happening? It is downloading the provider, AWS provider, and it will be creating a .terraform folder in your current directory. In the Terraform lab, it is going to create this provider plugin. Okay, all good, successfully initialized. Now you can run the plan. So once the plan is verified, all looks good, then we can run that and check that one it is working or not. After that, we try to modify the configurations for the module. Input parameters we'll try to create, output parameters we'll try to. That looks good. So you can see there are two resources inside that. So it is showing that. All right. So you can store if you want reuse the same plan. Then what you can do, you can just say Terraform plan -out web server.tf plan. Yeah, out is equal to web server plan dot plan. This is a plan output, so that's why you can just say that. So once you save the plan again and again, you can reuse. So that is a advantage you can get it. So reusable modules we can make, we can use in the Terraform. The Terraform coding style is somewhat different and it is very simple. Yeah, so plan is saved and web server.plan file will be created. Check that ls-l, you can see there is a file created with the web server.plan. You got it there. Okay. So now apply Terraform apply. So it is going to first verify the secret key, access key of AWS, so which we are already exported. Then it is going to use a region, AP South 1 region. Then it is going to read all the plan content. Yes, say yes there. So two resources will be created. One is security group, another one is your web server EC2 instance where HTTP server is running inside that. So it is creating, it might take 30 seconds. Yeah. So all are added. You can go to add the AWS console. You are successfully created the EC2 instance now. Check that in the AWS console. Click the EC2. You can see there EC2. Click that EC2. So it is going to bringing up instance already created and it's trying to bringing up that instance. It type few seconds to bring up. Click it. Instances. You can see one there. So EC2 dashboard is showing the one instance which you just created, launched it. Yeah. So the tag what you have given in the Terraform, the same thing is given as a name of the instance. And ID and other stuff what we have mentioned that is used. So available zone it is using AP South 1A and it is in running and it is initializing. Okay. So once this initialization is complete, you can use this web server. This EC2 instance is Ubuntu server and inside that we are running HTTPD server. So that is all we have defined in this Terraform file. Um, so let us go back to our agenda. So go to the same browser where you have this definition. While it comes, we'll test it later. So just go to the page where we have the configuration variable. So in this today's session, what we're going to learn variables. So deployment configuration variables. So configuration variables, just scroll down. So here 8080 is a port value, right? So that variable we want to use as a server port. Yeah, scroll down. Scroll down slowly. You can see there is an example variable. Read it carefully. You will be finding variable. configurable web server. So this is a part we have to do now. So variable, what is giving variable, then name of the variable. What is the configuration you want to use for? So that is a syntax. Okay, so scroll down. Very simple variables, input variables you are going to see here, right? So any variable which you are going to define, you can have a description. What is the purpose of this variable, you can tell there. And default value you want to set, you can give. And what is the type of the value. So this is the example. Variable server port. Description, this is the HTTP port. And the type is a number. So port number, it's a number, that's fine. So just use this one. Use this variable. Copy that. Go to your code. Visual Studio Code. Okay, so now after this resource, after the fourth line, you can paste it. After the provider, you can define the variables. So we want to use that variable in the from port and to port. So before that one, if you define, that will be usable. Okay, so after the third line, enter that and then paste it. Okay, so that's good. So variable creation is over. So that variable we want to use. So here we can name the server port any name. So you just try to name it as a web port. Just remove that server port, rename it as a web port. Okay. So wherever you want to use this variable, there you have to use the name of that variable. Var dot that particular variable. So just go scroll down, and how to use he mentioned in the next. Just scroll down. So when you are going to run this command, what it is saying, it is going to ask you what is the number you want to give. Okay, so if you just try to pass this value you want to pass, you can pass it like this: Terraform apply dash var, then web port is equal to 88. Okay, so after passing this one, how you can use that one in the Terraform code? You can use with the tf underscore var also. So this is another way of assigning the value for the variable. You know there is a variable, but you want to assign the value. There are three methods. One is you can run that simply Terraform apply, then it is prompt for you, enter the value. Second one is Terraform apply dash var, then give the name of the variable, input variable. Third one is you can just use the environment variable. Just before that one you have to use the tf underscore var, then underscore what is the name of the variable. So that variable name is we have web port. So that one we can define and then apply. Okay, these are the three different methods you can use. Okay, then here default value you are going to give. So every time this is a value. This is the fourth way of using the value. You here whatever the code is inside your Terraform code, that will be fixed. So you want to change randomly runtime, then first option is the best thing. Okay, right. So these are all different ways which you can assign the value to the variable. Now you can see the resource how it is going to use that variable. Okay, so variable dot server port. So where it is from port to port. Okay, so try to use this one var dot web underscore port in your code. Similarly, you just use in your code. Where is the 80 port is there? Just try to use that in the 13th line 14th line. Var dot web underscore port. You got it, drop down, select it, just enter, you will get. Just copy that one and use that in the next line also, 14th line. Same thing you can use in the 27th line also. Right. So whenever you are using that variable, you are directly using var dot. So variable value is coming over there and you can use it. All right. So that is about one resource where you are using the variable. Just scroll down. So when you are using inside your string, so user data is one complete block of string. It is not one line. You are having couple of lines. Inside that you are going to use this one. So you have to use double quotes, then dollar, then brackets, var dot, then web port. So you just copy this part and after that you change it to web port. Yeah, copy that and try to replace in your code. So there it is going to work as a output. Yeah, 27th line. Where is the 8080? There you have to replace this. After hyphen p, yeah. At the end you have to give ampersand. See that syntax in the browser again. After the hyphen p, you have ampersand. You have to close the double quotes and ampersand. Okay, done. Save this one and check that. Save the file. Okay, so before running this apply, just check that web server is saying namaste or not. The curl command you have already read. So go to the so here you can just say here Terraform output. Terraform output. Enter. Okay. So just check Terraform. Is it having some? We want that public IP address. So how to get the public IP address? Can you check this here in the browser? Search for Control F public. No, in that one. Terraform page itself. There itself you can see. Control F there. We search for the public IP. Public IP. So output public IP. If you are going to give this one, then it is going to display. Otherwise, it won't. So, so that stanza you have to write inside your code. Yeah, this one you have to keep in your this variable you have to write output variable. This is okay. Give at the end last at the end of the code. Scroll down after the tags. Yeah, give at the end. Paste. Simple. So public IP you want to display. So what do you want? AWS underscore instance example dot public. So instance dot example. Did we use example? Can you just check? Scroll up. Yeah, that is my doubt. So example, yeah. So instance name we are using in the 20 line example. So if you use something else, then you cannot get that one. But I think you need to include in your Visual Studio Code that settings what it is showing at the bottom left side. Click that one. The syntax highlighting is not happening. You need to add plugin. Settings, online service settings. Okay. Any pop-ups you are seeing here? Okay. Anyway, so next time we'll see that how to get the syntax highlighted. It is not highlighting yet. You need to restart this the Visual Studio Code or something. Anyway, go back to the Git bash and check the Terraform plan. Server will be used for okay. So it is just prompting. You need to give port number now. Okay, 8080. You can give any number. Yeah, 88. Terraform website. అరే వీడియో వచ్చింది రాత్రి క్రియేట్ అయింది. Yeah, so you got the plan executed successfully, no syntax errors. So you can run this one by before running, you just check that one previously executed it is working or not, right? Just go to your AWS console and see the public IP address now. Yeah, in the right side you can see that public IP address, right? It is a public IP. Copy that. Just copy that your IP address, public IP address. Go to some country and come back. Copy that and try to run another tab. New tab is there, right? Just copy that and give the 8080 port there. So previously launched web server is running already, so which we are not tested. So it is going to say that namaste. So colon 8080 8080 slash. So namaste from Terraform world. So this is what we tested in the last example. Okay, so the same thing should work, and we'll modify this content. Come back to the code. Okay, just can you put this Visual Studio Code top? Move towards top. Okay, so where is the namaste? Just modify that here. World. After the Terraform world, you are going to say remove that word and mention that input output variables. Input output variables. Input comma output variables. Save it. Save the file and try to run the plan again. Control S. Yeah. Go to git bash and run that Terraform apply. So every time it is going to ask you the port. So it is prompting in input parameter. You can give any port. So after that, it is going to run it is going to destroy the existing web server, and then it is going to create. So now first it is going to refreshing instance. Security group it is created, and it is asking. So you can see one destroy, one add. Yes, then it is going to destroy. Go back to your AWS console. See, it is going to destroy. Check that you are running in AWS console. It is going to be destroying. Refresh. On the right side, refresh button is there. Here. The same code we have created one new instance. Right, just scroll. So one is terminating, one is in creation, pending. So once this is terminated, yeah, it is terminated, and new one is coming up. So you can see it is refreshing automatically. It will refresh. Yeah, it is running, and it takes little bit time to show that one. So this time the application will show in the output. In place of world, you should get the input output variables. Still the server is not yet up. So you should get 2 by 2. In place of initializing, you will get that 2 phases completed, then you will be getting the complete running. So that is how we can use the input parameters and output parameters. So now if you want to check that output parameter, the apply is completed in the git bash, you can see what is a public IP. You don't need to go to the admin, this AWS console, and check the IP. You can just go to the git bash. Can you just go to the git bash? In the git bash, you can type output. So it is already showing the output. Yeah, if you want only the output, you can say just Terraform output. Terraform space output. Outputs. Okay, output also, that's good. So that is the IP address. You can check that from the command line also. So curl curl space, yeah, it is running. So you can just simply say there in the git bash curl space http colon curl space http colon slash the public IP address, yeah, double slash 13.232.185. Yeah, you can copy colon 8080 colon 8080 slash slash one slash enter. Yeah, so you got the output. So instead of that, you can just use a -s or -l, capital L, the curl, then followed by the capital L, then give the HTTP. Yeah, just up arrow and change that capital. Add one -l. Yeah, -l. After the curl, just give dash capital L. Enter. Same thing is coming. Okay, -s will be silent, that the downloading part. -yes. Yeah, correct. So that is the output. Yeah, you got that exactly. Terraform input, output, whatever you have changed. So new change data in the web server. So configuration we have done, and you can also see the same output on the browser also. So just check, enter. All right. So hopefully you got the output there, and you can see, right? So Terraform public IP address we are able to see, and you can also see the input how we are used that web server port. Similarly, you can use anything which you want to use as a variable. So input parameters, output parameters. Two examples we have executed in today's experiment, right? So this one cluster, if you want to run 2 or 3 instances, how we can manage that multiple web servers. So for that one, we have the example here. So create cluster concept. So this is a real-time requirement where you are going to work with the cluster. So Amazon gives you multiple instances creation part. So deploy cluster of web servers. Okay. So quickly jump onto this example. What you have to modify, see there, scroll down. So what are the changes required here? AMI and all the stuff is same, security group is same. So only life cycle we are going to add extra. So life cycle create before destroy is equal to true. Then after that, just scroll down again. Yeah, only new thing is life cycle. Okay. So now you can create the ASG. So auto scaling group, if you create, then it will be scaling up. Yeah. So first you add that life cycle to your resource where you have to add. Can you check again in the browser? It should be at the bottom or it should be in the part of instance. So it's a part of instance. Okay, right. So you can add that one. Then after that, tag we can add. So tag should be anyway. That will work. No problem. You can put anywhere. Any block can be anywhere. So block will be one after the other. It will be executing. We'll try. We'll check the plan. So after this one, what you have there? Yeah, just check plan, Terraform plan, and this time you give Terraform plan hyphen. So other way of inputting you can give it. Yeah, anything fine. Hyphen where web port is equal to 8080. That way you can give next time. You just try every option, all types of inputs you can try. So infrastructure is up to date. So there is no errors. Good. So we added one block, that is lifecycle block, right? Next. So another block which will tells that ASG. So how to add ASG? Auto scaling group. Go to the browser. Auto scaling group. Yeah. Next section. It is going to talk about auto scaling group. So ASG, AWS auto scaling group. So within the resource, you are going to tell this. Okay, no, it is a separate resource. It's a new resource. So you can create ASG itself using this group. So copy this content, yeah, and example, yeah, just copy this entire thing, and this will become one resource. So after the web server definition, you can use that. Yep. Before output, you can add 35. After 35, enter, paste it. Okay. So this one will become ASG group. So ASG example ASG group it is going to create. So Terraform ASG group is a name of the tag it is given there. Okay. Yeah. Save this. So minimum 2 instances, maximum 10 EC2 instances will be created. So that is the values. So we'll make 4 instead of 10. We'll make 4. Maximum value you can change to 4. Yeah, there you can just say 4. Okay. So save this and again check that plan is all looks good or not. Actually, this time you have to use a var code. You got some error. Undeclared resource. Launch configuration example ID. So a message resource AWS launch configuration example has not been declared. Okay, so we'll see that one. Going back to our browser. So what is missing here? Launch configuration. Okay. So is it declared somewhere? Just check that one in the next section. Now you can create auto scaling group, and then is given the block, and we copied that one. But in the 58 line, it is saying AWS launch configuration example.id. So that is making difficult. Okay, so just search for this AWS launch configuration on the same page. Copy that and Control F. Next. So what we have there in place of that, in our example, did we use something else? AWS launch configuration. Instance launch configuration. AWS launch configuration. Suppose there is a launch email ID. First step create AEC group is to create the launch configuration, which specifies how to configure each EC2 instance in the AEC. So from deploying the single EC2 instance earlier, you already know exactly how to configure it, and you can reuse almost exactly the same parameters in the launch. So a image ID will be the same, T2 macro will be the same. Only thing is resource name we have to change. So earlier we have used AWS instance. Go to the code. There is a 20th line. In place of AWS instance, you have to give that AWS launch configuration. Copy that line from the browser and paste here. Yeah, here also we have. Okay. Okay, save that and see what else we need to modify. Instance ID, VPC security group, is it required? 23 line. See that. So in the browser, what you have? Security group. Previously it is VPC security group. Now it is just a security group. Security groups. Just copy that security groups. Yeah. Okay. Instance is same and so, okay. So now we change the 26 line. Now we are using not input output. We are going to use a ASG. So Terraform using ASG. 26th line.
We need to change here also.
Huh? That one? AWS. AWS security group is there already, right? AWS security group. The same thing is there. Okay, fine. That will work. So 26th line you can modify saying that ASG group. Terraform using ASG. Terraform using ASG. Okay, good. Then what else you have? Go back to browser, save it, and try to check the plan again. You have the option. Okay, 8080. Then you got the error. AWS instance example public IP. Reference undeclared resource. AWS instance we don't have, right? Okay, so what is suggesting in the blog? Go back to the browser. That time it is only one instance. Now we are going to have more number of EC2 instances. Then output will be. Yeah, scroll down. Yeah, scroll. This time we have to use the load balancer, I think. Yeah. Before destroying true, okay. Then come down, come down, come down. resource. So tag key value Terraform ASC example. Okay, so this is already we defined it. User data is already there. We have user data zones, availability zones. Okay, that one public IP. Here is the output. So how do you define output? AWS instance example public IP, it was there earlier. So this is not going to work. Next. I think you are going back. You have to go forward. వెనక్కి వెళ్తున్నాం, ముందుకు వెళ్ళాలి. Output, how we have to modify for the cluster. So cluster, how we have to use the output. So for output is given CLB DNS name. CLB DNS name, the cluster load balancer DNS name. You see that CLB, search in the page CLB. So one resource we need to define ELB, elastic load balancer, and define that one. Inbound ingress, outbound LT port is given AWS ELB. Example. So, AWS.
There are so many load balancers. Which we need to put?
You start from the first one. What is a load balancer ELB, right? So just copy that one and try to run that. Keep in your code and check that one, it is going to work. So you can create ELB, AWS ELB, that is a type. So this is the example ELB. Copy that and try to create HTTP. Define this resource inside your code. Okay, where server port is there, right? So just change it to web port 55 line. Okay, save it and check ESG. So in that output we need to remove, right? So how this guy is going to use output data provisioning AWS availability zones, all names, resource AWS auto scaling group launch configuration AWS launch configuration dot example ID. So did you create this resource? Auto scaling group, did you created a resource?
Where?
Oh, it is there already. So line number 37 tells about AWS auto scaling group.
Yeah.
Okay, here you have configuration. ESG group example is there. Okay, okay, fine. So I think this part is used here. Terraform ASG example is used here, and the same thing is referred here. Availability zone. So I think you will get, this is a value instance. Okay, save it and try check the plan again. Till now we are not at define the load balancer. So ELB deployment resource AWS ELB example. Terraform ASG example, availability zone names. Okay, resource AWS ELB. We have used this part. Resource AWS security ELB. Egress port. Now you need to tell CLB to use the security group by adding the security group parameters. ELB port. Security group. Okay. So you need to modify. The next section is AWS security group ELB. So you already having a security group, right? So just replace that one. Yeah. So just copy this content. Yeah. So go to your code, and where is the security group on top? Yeah, here is a 10th line, right? Just copy, remove that one. Okay. So in this one, you are going to use two things, right? One is the ELB, another one is your web server. So web server will be ingress and load balancer will be egress. So external, whatever you're going to get, it will be coming without any port, and inside web server 80 port will be used. So anywhere inbound, all are allowed. So these are the security groups definition we are going to use. So this definition we want to use in the next load balancer. So security group we have defined Terraform example ELB security group. Just scroll down. Okay. ELB example Terraform ESG report. Report. Okay. Right. ASG. Where is the security group again using? Can you search again? Control F and search for security. Security group, AWS security group. Okay, now you need to tell that CLB to use the security group by adding the security group parameters. Okay. Security group parameters. So this is again a change where you are going to add a security group line in that one. Okay, so I just want to see that previous changes should be there plus this one, I think. So what you can do, Control Z and do. So security group for instance should be there plus ELB should be there. So add here. Okay, save that. So each one is having a separate name. So first block is for instance and this is for the ELB. Okay, save it and the ELB. Go to the ELB definition where you have load balancer definition. Yeah, this one you have to copy. So you need to add security group line. AWS underscore A. Yeah, so that one you already having that section. Check that one. AWS underscore ELB. Yes, need to add that security group line. Yeah. Go to your code. Yeah. Scroll down. You have the load balancer line. Yeah, here. So add that security line. Security group added. Okay. So that is done. Save. Then what next need to be done? You are added a load balancer and you have the ASG group also. Then what next step? Scroll down. So now you need to link. A load balancer should link to the web server. How that is going to work, right? So within the ELB section, you need to add the instance definition. Yeah, this one you need to modify the output. Yeah, just copy this one and replace your output. At the bottom we have output, right? Just replace that. And again, ELB, you are not added the instance details. Just go up, scroll up. In the ELB section, you need to tell these are the web servers you want to configure. So after the 75, you have to add that part. Okay, just go to the blog again in the browser. You will have that example how we can connect the ELB with the instance. Just scroll up, scroll down. Go here. AWS ELB. AWS ELB. This is done. Next part. Yeah, this part. So listener detail. You're not added. So add this part. Select or take the complete health check and all those things. So what we have up to that part is over. So now we are going to use this complete this section. So use AWS ELB section should modify accordingly. So listener is already there, but you can see just replace this part. Yeah. So health check, it is going to check the cluster health check. It verify every 30 seconds, and there is a 3 times timeout. How many times it is going to verify how many unhealth thresholds. 2 times it is finding it is not available, then it is going to declare it is not available web server. Okay, yeah, save this one. Now check the apply again. Okay, so almost we are done with the load balancer, elastic load balancer on AWS. All the requirements we have worked with the cluster configuration and resource auto scaling, ELB linking, everything done. Which is switch over see the instances in the process launch. Supported argument. Launch configuration example AMI missing configuration arguments. First, what you got there missing required arguments. AWS launch configuration. Image ID is required, but no definition was found. Image ID you have given, right? Launch T2 macro. Did we remove that? Image ID is there, AMI is there. I think name you need to modify. Yeah, you have to give that image ID. AWS launch orders. Just search that launch configuration. That should have, yeah. The right side value is with the south. Should be our value. It should not be their value. Yeah, just you need to give the image ID. Go back to your code, Visual Studio Code. Yeah. So you have AMI. AMI. Line number 38. Yeah, just replace that one. Image ID. Yeah, save. Delete one tab space. Okay, good. Save it. Hmm. That tag, I think it is not required, right? Remove that tag. 46 to 48. Save. Reference undeclared. What is undeclared? Availability zones. Okay. Availability zones. Parameter specified into that. So this line should be added. Where we need to add data AWS availability zones. It's the list of asset. Okay. Add that one to your code. Okay. Auto scaling group, it should have that one. Copy that line. Go to the auto scaling group. Check that auto scaling group. It is not having. No, not there. On the 51, 52 line, right? The definition of AWS auto scaling group. Okay. But data should be declared. Data should be declared on the top. So the line should be there. Where is the data? First, it is defined. Data. Before that one. Before this one, there is a data line. Single line is there. Just this one. Data AWS availability. So data availability also. So this one. Okay. So where it should be? Okay. Where to add that one? Add that one. Top. Okay. Save. So somewhere it is some server port. You have to change that web port. line numbers you can see and modify that. Another line, 79, not that one. No, that should be ELB only. Load balancer port, ELB port, it should be same. You should not change.
But it is
Server.tf.
showing error.
Let it show. The
ELB.
problem is ELB port should be different. Web server port should be different. Yeah. Okay. So now, yeah. Is there any other server port? Check that.
In browser.
No. In browser, just search ELB port. ELB underscore port. It is using value. Next. Only two times you got there. Okay. So how the input is coming for this ELB port? That need to be checked. Okay, fine then. Till now, save that and again run plan. Only one error now. Okay, so ELB port, can give it as how we have given web port on the top. Just go in the code, check the web port. No, in your code, the top in the beginning we have given the input parameter, right? So how we have taken that input parameter, same way you can declare, copy that one and replace with the web, you change it to ELB. Paste. Yeah, there you can modify ELB port. Okay, and give the default value after the 11th line. Don't do apply. It is ELB port. You are giving both 8080. Okay, fine. Dhanadhan. Now it is started. Yes. Still creating ASG group. Wow. So you are able to make a cluster of 2 EC2 instances and 1 load balancer and 1 ASG group, auto scaling group. Check in the AWS console what is happening. I think there should be two instances creating. Refresh. Yeah, existing one is shutting down and it is going to create 2 instances this time. And ASG group, is it created? Check that ASG group on the search. Just click the services ASG. Click the services. Vishwasri, are you with me? Okay. Just search ASG. Where it is? Auto scaling group. Security. Click that. Create scaling. Auto scaling helps you quickly, easily scale multiple resources. No, which is not that one. Just click this. Is it completed? Auto scaling group example still creating. That's yeah. Anyway, once it is done, just send me a screenshot. I will stop here today's session. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
So if it is taking half an hour like that, then stop immediately. Destroy that instances. Yeah, check that. Is there any instances creating on AWS side? I think first it is going to create the ASD group and then it is going to try that instances. And check, is there any step missing for ASD? In this ASD, whenever I started telling about ASD, read properly. Is there anything we need to do on the AWS console? Okay, good experiment learning. We have able to make a cluster first time in the AWS. Yeah, it is launching 2 instances. Good. You can see running instances too. Okay, great. You're done successfully. It is destroyed and added 4 things. So it is created load balancer. It created 2 instances, EC2 instances, 1 ELB, DNS name. So this is a DNS name output. So you can check that output. Is it going to work with the program, the curl command? Curl http colon, give this DNS name. http colon / give the DNS name. There is a copy that one. and give the port number 88 colon 88. Colon 8080. You are given 8080 for the load balancer also, same. Yeah. And ELB port is this one. Check that instances are up or in the console, AWS console. Go to AWS console. Okay. Timed out. 2 by 2 by 2. Okay. Two are up. Okay. Then should work actually. Just give that one. Enter 80. Just DNS name. Don't give the 8080. It's not working. 8080 should work, but what is the problem you are going to get? Terraform out. Refused. Connection refused. Okay, we need to check this one. Yeah. So try to destroy it. Terraform destroy will be this one. We'll see. So just copy this program content and send me. Okay.